I'm Flathead Managing Editor Vanessa Remmers here with Chris Beacham. Thank you, Chris, for being with us today.
Oh, no problem.
So you're a member of a lot of organizations on campus. Tell us where you spend most of your time.
Well, I think I spend most of my time with LIPS, Expressions in Homosexuality.
How long have you been involved with that organization?
I've been a member of LIPS since my freshman year, so I guess it's been almost like 3.5 years. It'll be 4 when I graduate.
Wow. So why was it important for you to get involved with LIPS?
Well, I just remember like activity fair freshman year, I'm like walking around looking at so many different possibilities, and I get to this one table that has all these drawings of dicks that look like super bad, and there's just like very sort of elaborate, colorful, veiny things, and I'm just like, what is this? And I make the person in charge of the desk take out their notebook and write my name down so I'm on the listserv. And then I start going, and it's like feminism and like open discussion of sexuality and all these things I'm like really into, and then I just kind of like got really enthralled with it, and this went. What
do you hope readers get out of LIPS when the issue comes out, and like say a freshman is their first time looking at LIPS? What do you hope that they get out of it?
Well, first, I mean, I hope that it's entertaining, because otherwise people won't read it if it's not entertaining. But also, I hope that by reading it, the stories other people have maybe will like resonate with them, or it'll open up to an idea they never thought of about before, or maybe an idea that they thought no one else had ever thought of. That was only personal to them. I know someone who said she realized she was a lesbian while reading LIPS, because she was like reading with someone's description of them having lesbian sex, and she was like, oh my god, this is how I feel exactly. So just like, that moment is just worth so much. But I guess the purpose of LIPS in general is to start a discussion, like maybe we print something and it's just something that someone on campus wrote and felt passionate about, and then someone, it's like, have you seen this article? And someone else starts talking about it, and then all of a sudden, we're talking about like real people's experiences and what's going on campus, and sex, which is conversations William Mary really needs to have.
Right. You're a computer science major. What do you hope to do once you graduate? Is you going to go something in that area, or?
Well, computer science is pretty lucrative. So, hopefully, I'm thinking I'm going to maybe do computer science as a profession, and then continue my activist and like artistic sort of inclinations like on the side. Because sort of when you sort of do something like this professionally, you sort of have to make a couple like cuts into like what exactly you're trying to do. It's sort of like compromise. But if you're doing it purely because you think it's like a worthwhile mission, you can be pure to the argument to monetize it. You know what I mean?
So with computer science, is there like a specific profession that you're thinking you would want to go into?
Nothing with the internet. The internet's terrible. I want to do...
Why do you think the internet's terrible?
Just everyone wants me to learn JavaScript and just write like freaking Amazon, like credit card processing website pages, and I just don't want any of that. What I want to do instead is like make programs that sort of will evolve solutions to problems over time, or like
with
like
computer systems, or
okay. Like there's like some sort of like computer-oriented design things I'm interested in, or artificial evolution is really a topic of interest. Machine learning is really interesting, like big data analysis. So I have these sort of interests that like I may have to compromise in order to get a job, because the things I'm interested in aren't the most profitable ways. The internet is the most profitable way. So
maybe that'll be something on the side as well.
I can have a lot of things on the side no matter what I do.
So what advice would you give to a computer science freshman who are just starting out in the major?
I think that you need to install Linux on your computer, because like they don't really teach you sort of like system administration skills really at any point during the computer science major, but it's like really important to actually bring in the profession. I think pretty much almost every computer science sort of like programmer is gonna at least have some passing familiarity with Unix systems, and it's something, it's a skill you have to pick up, and you just got to put your own time into it and have fun exploring, you know, the different things out there. It's a lot better now than when I started. When I started, you had to like, it would take like 2 weeks of hacking through like, you know, command lines, just like trying to figure out what sort of like obscure libraries to symlink. And now you just like click a couple buttons on a Ubuntu install disk and boom, you're up and running. So
that sounds very complicated. Any advice for freshmen in general?
Yeah. Well, when I first came to college, I sort of had this idea in my head of how I was going to act, and I think it served me really well. It's sort of like default to yes when someone asks you like a question if you want to do something. If they're like, hey, do you want to go, you know, like see this movie? Do you want to go like, you know, go try this new thing? You know, clearly if you're like not comfortable with it, you know your boundaries. But like if you're sort of like waving, you know, on the edge, like you should just take the leap and jump into the unknown, because that's the only way to discover new things. And I know I've learned so many great things from, you know, instead of being like, no, I think I'll just stay and do my homework. Like, you're not really here to study. You're here to like enjoy it and figure out what life is.
You're like the Yes Man movie, Jim Carrey.
Is that me?
Nope. Yes. Great things happen to him. Don't worry.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, clearly, like, don't do things you're uncomfortable with, but sort of default to yes and being open to those things.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate it.